The next speaker, I tell you what, I mean, this guy also is a true pioneer. His sponsor was in California, he was in New York. No one in New York knew anything about the water, including him. But I tell you what, if you look at his day planner for the first 90 days, I don't think there's one of you in this room that has a day planner filled to the degree that he has. And it's no wonder that he did what he did in the short time that he did, because you know what, guys? He put it all out there. He dove all in spite of the fact that his sponsor was in California. He's an unbelievable leader traveling all over the world. He's a 6A7-4. And for you big thinkers out there, he's into the multiple 7 figures. Okay? And I tell you what, I couldn't be happier for him and his wife, because they're true, I mean, just awesome people that deserve all the success that they've had. So give it up, you guys, for Mr. Romy Verdera. Come on, Romy. Come on, you guys. Come on. All right.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, George. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm very grateful for today, because 55 years ago, October 16, 1955, I was born, so it's my birthday today. And I'm also very grateful to be part of this Enagic family. And I'm going to tell you the story of how I got started. Hopefully, we learn from that experiences. Okay, I came from the Philippines. What happened was, 2004, JB was sending me things in the mail. At the time, there were no brochures yet, so they were mostly photocopied materials. And when I get the mail, I would just like throw them away. I'm glad I kept his number. Anyway, after that, one of his downlines called me and told me how she gave canned water to her dog, and her dog became well, and I wasn't interested. I've been beaten by a dog 3 times already. So you should make sure you know the hot button of the person you're talking to. Okay? And then November 2005, probably that's a year and a half later, JB came to my house from California and did the actual demo in my dining room. He left me with a gallon of the canned water. And after he left, I threw away the water. I still wasn't interested. 3 months later, January of 2006, he called me up and he said, Romy, the president of Enagic will come from Japan. There's a big meeting in California. If you want, I will pay for your airfare. I will pay for a hotel. I'll pick you up at the airport. I'll bring you back to the airport. And at the time, I was doing real estate, and I could not make any money in real estate anymore. I had no appointments, so I flew. And JB brought me to this meeting. And it was a Japanese meeting. There were about 500 people there, and the meeting was in Japanese. And I would say the people who speak English are JB, myself, and a few of JB's friends. But anyway, I understood 2 things. I understood that the water works, and I understood that the distributors are making money. And that was enough for me. I came back to New York, bought my machine. There's an Enagic office half an hour away from us in New York City, and I started doing the demonstration. Okay, I just remembered how JB did the demonstration using the pH tester. So that was my only tool, the pH tester. And JB used Aquafina, Dasani, 7-Up, and vodka. And I bought the same thing. So I was in people's homes doing that dropper presentation, that pH test. And I did 120 presentations in the next 3 months. And sold the first 100 that enabled me to become a 6A. Some people say that the American dream is over. People are losing their homes, people are losing their jobs. I think the only people for whom the American dream is over are people who have not seen an object. The American dream is very, very much alive in America today because there are companies like Enagic who provides opportunities for people like us who are willing to roll up our sleeves and work and make a better life for ourselves. We are here today because that American dream, that opportunity to better our lives is available in this Enagic company, and I thank God for it every single day. I came from the Philippines. My wife and I, we got married young. She was 18, I was 22. And we came to the United States after our wedding. And that was some 20-something years ago, 30-something years ago. And after 2 decades of pursuing the American dream, here I am, a Filipino who came to America and found the American dream in a Japanese company. We can do it. My wife, when we started, she had a 9-to-5 job for a bank in Wall Street, and I had a 9-to-5 job also, but I didn't last long. I had a 9-to-5 job until I was brought to an Amway meeting, and I was brainwashed, and I thank God for it. Because I won't be here if it weren't for that. I was exposed to the networking industry where we were told you don't have to have a boss, you don't have to work for the next 40 years sitting behind a desk. You know, there are other ways. And anyway, that was the building where in Brooklyn, we live in Brooklyn, where my 2 sons were born. That was way back then, my 2 sons were born. And the good thing here in the United States, you can work and take that opportunity. And after saving up some money, we were able to buy our dream home. And our 2 sons were growing. We take some vacations every now and then. We were living comfortably until at one point we experienced some financial difficulties. And we lost that home. Okay, it was a sad time for us. But you know, again, here in the United States, you can always try again. I remember my son, Jason, told me, he said, "Daddy, I saw a sign. They're accepting people, they're accepting truck drivers for the ice cream truck." And I said, "Jason, why are you telling me this?" And my son Jason said, "Dad, because, you know, you're so poor." And I said, "Jason, I'm not poor. I'm a rich man who is broke." You know, tough times never last, but tough people do. I heard that from Robert Suller. So we worked hard and saved up money, and we bought a house again. And we were back on our truck. We were going on vacations every now and then. Again, my 2 sons were growing, and we were comfortable until about 5 years ago, 2005, when recession started happening again, and I was doing real estate still. I was running out of customers, and I could not make any more money in real estate. My wife was working for a hospital, and the hospital closed. So between the 2 of us not having income, we were about to lose the house again that we were enjoying. And that's when God sent an angel named JB. Okay, and JB brought me to that meeting in California. Actually, if you're a 1A on this meeting, you have a higher rank than me at that meeting. You have a higher rank than me if you're a 1A. I was just a prospect. And like I said, I went back to New York, started doing the presentation. I remember JB introduced me to Camstar, to Jack from Chicago, to Mr. Oshiro, and he said, this is Romy. He will become a 6A in 3 months. And I thought you had to be a 6A in 3 months. You know? I didn't know any other 6A then. Anyway, the second very memorable event to me, which was like this, was when the company had their 3-year anniversary at the Queen Mary in California. And on that event, I finally became a 6A. So I was so happy because I was a 6A. Again, if you're a 6A today, we're the same rank when I attended that meeting. And if you're 6A, 2 and higher, you have a higher rank than me on that event. Now, I'm saying this because I want to impress upon you the opportunity that's available to you in this business. And I will show you some pictures that's very memorable to me. This is Joe Reed and Anna Wilshire. They were 5A at that time. Today, they have hundreds of 6A below them. I would say the East Coast Enagic distributors are under Joe Reed and Anna Wilshire. They are here on this event also. You see here Cynthia Briganti. I believe she was 5A there at the time also. You see there George, Jeannie, and Mita. Eli, and Jelena. Okay, I'm showing you this because today they are $1 million earners, but at that event we were all the same. We were on the same boat. We were 6As and 5As. We were just starting. I have here Terry, Ted, and Al. They are here today also. They were the ones who have organizations all the way to Guam and Vancouver and Orlando. And you fast forward it today, those pictures that I just showed you are the pillars and the foundation of this Enagic company and the people that they brought in. Okay? So, if you are a 6A today and higher, you have higher ranks than them at this event that I was showing you. And you have a great opportunity to become like them also. I came back to New York, started doing presentation again after that event, helping people to become 6As. Then I went to Guam. The group were growing. That's Maryland with Delroy, New York. Brooklyn, Fort Lauderdale, Utah, Nanuet, New York, Bronx, New York, Chicago, New Jersey, New York Cruise, Orlando with Brian, Georgia, Seattle, Kansas City. Okay, Kansas City. Is there anybody here from Kansas City? Okay. I was there, I think, maybe about a month ago, Kansas City. I was there some 3 years ago. There were 2 6As. Today, there are 20. And they are building quietly in Kansas City. But anyway, there I found a lady. I don't have her picture because she said they don't take pictures. But this lady had no phone, no car. He said there's only one phone in the community, and they have to relay the information to each other. She belongs to the Amish or Amish community, and she became a 6A. With no phone and no car. And I said, I thought you don't have electricity also. I found out they have generators that they can connect the SD501. But this shows you nobody have any excuse not to be able to do this business. So while I was doing that, the West Coast, with the premier partner CYL, with Eli and Jelina's GU, and the power training by Daniel DeMcCali, the West Coast and the rest of the country are growing very, very strong. This Enagic company. Actually, the West Coast is growing, I think, twice as faster than the East Coast. Okay? But we're catching up. We're catching up. And then last April, Mr. Oshiro brought the leadership. They brought us to Okinawa and Tokyo, and there we met for his birthday. And there we met the Japanese distributors. We were welcomed. It was a great bonding moment for the United States and the Japanese distributors. This is my wife. That's our yard. She travels with me wherever we go. Where's my wife? There. Stand up. She supports me in this business. She's my secretary, my administrator, my travel agency, my cook. She cash the check too and keeps it. And she would say, "Where are we going next, Romy?" Anyway, we went home to the Philippines. I built a house for my mom. That's my happy mom now. A few houses away from her, we purchased our own vacation home. And my wife and I goes home to the Philippines twice a year. Actually, we will be going to the Philippines next month for the opening celebration of Enagic. We have an office in the Philippines. And then we invested in a house in New York. Again, these are coming from the Enagic bonus checks. This business also enables us every year. We're going this February again to go on medical mission to the Philippines, where we bring medicines and we travel with a group of doctors. We are also involved in building a housing project. Again, this is our church group, and we travel there and we build these homes for the poor people in the Philippines. Also, in the Philippines, there's no such thing as student loan. And we are able to help. I believe my wife and I are supporting 9 college students. We're paying for their tuition. Their nieces and nephews who normally could not afford college. My wife saw a local church and she gave them the money to build it. Change your water, change your life. It truly changed our life. I remember Robert Suller said, when God wants to accomplish something on earth and he has a dream, he finds a dreamer to whom he could give that dream. And then he gives that dream, and that dreamer starts to support the dream and make it into reality. And at a certain point, the dream starts to have a life of its own, and it grows. And in the end, the dream supports the dreamer. If you are here today, you are that dreamer. Don't let anybody steal your dream. Thank you.
Awesome. Great job. Man, man. Wow.